We have a lot of good, medium, and small contractors who want a big job, but they're not really in a position to manage design and design risk. So if you really want design build is fast for the big job, so we try to move that number up a little bit. Everybody seems to be on board for that. Contractors, legislators, and so on. But we're also getting great price in the non-design in the bidding. So you're getting people to compete on time. They can compete on schedule. We also compete on how many resources and cost efficient so if I gotta hire more Anthony's guys to flag it, that's right. Or to
that's part of the overall cost. Right.
So we're competing that way. That makes sense. Even to the point of even the non-design we're also getting
it's a great one. Yeah.
As long as you come in as a labor organization or just you sit down and work it out.
This properly system is going to make us more efficient. That's what this is short how we actually in terms of just a great signal for what's going to come. Second Avenue subline. And I'm sure all time and all budget. That's right. That's right. You represent
I'm so sorry. Sorry. Amanda was out there monitoring it from the outside. Oh, okay. So if she's going to be part of that.
I'll look it out. Yeah. No, we're actually this is going to leave, but there'll be another one.
Hi, can you take a picture?
God save the Queen. Beautiful, baby. Wow.
Man, that was unbelievably close.
Yeah, no, this is nice. Yeah. o'clock. You guys want any,
Cameras, I need to be on sticks, so you guys on sticks, ready to go. Guys, can we clear this space so we can see everybody coming down the steps, please? We have to clear the space.
that is funny that you said that, though. But by the time we're
I know.
Right in our eyes.
Don't even.
Do you mind if I go off script? Okay, go off script and acknowledge. I mean, you guys have been there with us for. And I don't know a lot of elected officials who show up for everything.
We put the letter together that said, no station order.
I think we're Minton. Are we mask on or mask off? We're outdoors.
Mask off, sir.
Okay, we're outdoors. Beautiful day. We love that Islanders mascot.
Yeah.
All right, sir, we're good to go. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and what a great day to be celebrating the new UBS Arena and the New York Islanders. So a treat for all of us to be here. What an amazing day. I want to thank Lieutenant Governor Brian Benjamin, and I have a lot of other folks to acknowledge, but there are so many people who have been part of this project and who have been passionate supporters of the entire effort to remake the Long Island Railroad. Senator Leroy Comrie, Senator Anna Kaplan, Senator Todd Kaminsky, Assemblyman Member Szilagyi. Also critical for this project, Nassau County Executive Laura Curran, Town of Hempstead Supervisor Don Clavin. Laura Curran, thank you for being with us. There are also new members of the team that we need to recognize at the helm of the agencies that are rebuilding New York for the next generation. Hope Knight, the new Empire State Development President CEO. First day on the job, something like second day on the job. Also second day on the job. My successor at MTA Construction and Development, Jamie Torres Springer, joining us after an incredible career as the Commissioner of New York City Construction and Development. Jamie, thank you for being here. Rob Free, who runs the Long Island Railroad. Does anybody remember Hurricane Ida, where the Long Island Railroad stopped for about 15 minutes and then ran on every branch, starting late on the day after? Rob, great job. Thank you for everything you're doing. And my constant partner and friend, Anthony Simon, the General Chair of the SMART Union, and Imran Ansari of the Long Island Federation of Labor. Labor organizations are very much part of the effort to rebuild the Long Island Railroad and to make sure we're delivering top-tier service for Long Islanders as we come back from COVID. Mark Herbst, the Executive Director of the Long Island Contractors Association. Mitch Pally, our old friend, former MTA board member, who provide critical support for the construction industry and the building trades as we get this project done. The partners in the UBS Arena, which is such a great addition to the region's sports and entertainment venues. Tim Lewecki, CEO of Oakview Group. Where are you, Tim? Tim. Jeff Wilpon, my friend, partner in the New York Arena Partners, and the biggest draw, the New York Islanders, the mascot, Sparky. Where are you, Spark? Joined by his somewhat owner, John Ledecky. This is a historic day. We're here to announce the opening of a new Long Island Railroad station. That hasn't happened in more than half a century. We've rebuilt a lot of stations, and we continue to rebuild one station after another, and we're seeing it especially on the third track project, where the Carl Place station opened just a week ago, but this is the first new Long Island Railroad station in quite some time. It's an embodiment of the region's profound awareness that transportation, public transportation, is the future, the way to build green, clean, efficient, to reduce congestion, and it's so important for major sporting events like those that are going to take place here. The eastbound platform opens on Saturday, November 20th for the historic first ever Islanders game at the UBS Arena. The westbound platform is going to open next summer. This was a commitment made to have this done in time for what we all called the puck drop. And let me tell you, the procurement got done at the beginning of COVID. Everybody was not certain this was going to get done, but here we are on time and on budget. Congratulations to the entire MTA C&D team. The station's going to reduce travel times, expected to increase the number of people who get to attend great events at this great new facility. And it's fully accessible to all customers. It's fully ADA accessible, which is a priority that the MTA has brought to its capital program. We are making stations ADA accessible. We're almost there on the Long Island Railroad, but we got to make the whole system ADA accessible. And along with accessibility, we're providing incredible amenities, USB charging ports, Wi-Fi, artwork. This is a state-of-the-art station. Electric shuttle buses will provide the greenest way for customers to get from here over to the arena and to the planned hotel and retail village. And as I said, this is a project that exemplifies what we at the MTA are doing, working with local and state partners to deliver projects faster, better, and cheaper. As I said, the old MTA, no one would have bet on a project of this magnitude getting done in a single year in the middle of a pandemic, but we figured out how to do it, and we're going to keep doing it. With that, let me just say it is an honor to turn the podium over to my friend, the newly minted Lieutenant Governor of the state of New York, who's been a great leader with us on mass transit and infrastructure, Lieutenant Governor Brian Benjamin.
All right. First of all, let's give a big round of applause to the MTA, on time and on budget. That's the kind of language that we want to hear. You know, I'm standing here with so many great partners in government and partners in business. And one of the important points that I want to make is public-private partnerships is what we have to do in order to rebuild New York and to rebuild New York better and greater than before. And I am honored to be here on behalf of Governor Kathy Hochul, celebrating what I believe is the first of many on time and on budget projects by the MTA and by ESD and by the rest of our government. You know, I see my great colleagues in the legislature here who I just was serving with, as well as government and as well as our friends on the private side. And one of the things that comes to mind is there are so many people who are going to benefit from this train. But here's the best part of the LRR and the 50 years. This is the first time in 50 years that you have a new train. You're not going to impact the community that's here that was concerned about what would happen with all of these people now coming to this arena. And so I want to thank us for being on time and on budget. I'm sorry I'm repeating that because I'm thinking about the 2nd Avenue subway, Jano. And I'm so excited. And I'm so excited. But as we all know, that we have just had President Biden sign the infrastructure bill. There are going to be significant resources coming to our state. And so it is exciting to know that we have a great template to work with as we continue to bring more jobs and opportunities with our friends in labor. You know, so many people have said, oh, whenever you're doing projects where you have our friends in labor, they're slower. As you see here, they're great and it's on time. And so I want to thank our friends in labor for doing their job and disproving some of these notions about what happens when you bring our friends in labor onto the case. So thank you very much, Jano, and thank you so much to all of our partners. Job well done. I look forward to getting to our Islanders game. Thank
Amen.
you.
So one of the joys of this MTA gig, and they're not all joys, but this is one, is that we have incredible elected officials in the Senate to work with. The chairman of my committee is somebody I've known for a long time and is passionate about public transit, and I've just had such great experience working with him, Senator Comrie.
Wow. Thank you, Jano. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm excited to be here this morning because this station has been envisioned by the Elmont, Valley Stream, Queens Village, Cambria Heights communities for over 50 years. So now that it's the first station built in 50 years, it's a realization for all of those communities on a real level. There was a real fight. Now we're here happy today that it's being done, but there was a real fight to conceptualize this and to make this happen, because this is the first new station on the Long Island Railroad in 50 years. But it was critical to the success of the Islanders that this station is built, and also the connection to the existing station so that trains can eventually go right down there to the existing rail path and have an opportunity for people to have a real one-stop ride coming from Manhattan or all over Long Island to reduce the traffic congestion in the area, which is still a real concern for all of our communities. And hopefully, once we finish all the tinkering, that will happen. But today's a happy day. I'm not going to dwell on that, because I know that's going to get fixed, because there's a spirit of this team of working together. We argue a lot. We're all happy now. We all talk with each other, but we like to fight with each other, too. And I say like to fight because it's happy arguments, because everyone here was focused on making sure that the Islanders project happened, making sure that we had a union opportunity and a new level working with the MTA and the Long Island Railroad, making sure that the Islanders understood the benefit of partnering with the community so that we can make sure that the entire community is invested in the long-term future of this facility, to make sure that this facility can stay here with a proper opportunity for the entire community to benefit. So I want to thank everyone that's involved. I want to thank, and I just want to remind people that Jay wasn't the acting chair when the 2nd Avenue subway was conceptualized. I just want to say that. And I want to create also, there was one other thing that they told me I had to say. Let me just well, no, I'm introducing a great new person for ESD, Sister Hope Knight, who is, I was fortunate to have working in my district doing economic development, affordable housing. She has a great record coming from other areas where she was highly recommended. I didn't want to mention Harlem, Brian.
I'm just saying,
you know, just because you're from Harlem. So, but you started in Queens, but we won't go there. Anyhow, but, you know, this is a happy day because there's a real opportunity to make this a project that we can have our great-great-grandchildren proud of. Yeah, and the thing that's also exciting to me is that we're working on changing the culture of the MTA to be more responsive to the communities. I want to especially thank Jano Lieber and his team for understanding that it takes a while to move a mountain, but they're understanding that the mountain needs to be moved. So thank you all for being here today. I look forward to this stadium opening. I look forward to the station being a real opportunity for these people, for all of the people that will be affected. And I want to introduce you to Hope Knight, who is the new director for ESD, who's really going to take this state to another level in economic development. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator, and I'm so delighted to be here with you and other partners on this project. It's great to be here in Elmont, but you know what's even better than being here in Elmont? Getting to Elmont. Today is my 2nd day on the job as President and CEO of Empire State Development, and I'm grateful for Governor Hochul for giving me this opportunity. I used to work not far from here in Jamaica, Queens, where I led the Greater Jamaica Development Corporation, one of the nation's oldest community development organizations. In that role, I worked to ensure transportation improvement projects had positive impacts on their local community. I know firsthand that this beautiful new LIRR station isn't just a win for Long Islanders, it's a win for all New Yorkers. Modern, reliable transportation is the linchpin for our state's future economic growth. This project has beyond impact just in Belmont Redevelopment Park. Whether you are commuting to your job or visiting New York's cultural institutions or heading to Saturday's Islanders game, safe and rapid mass transit is the most effective way to go. Traffic congestion and long travel times slow us down, and it slows our economy down also. That's why New York State is committed to constructing the first LIRR station in 50 years. We know people are going to love the UBS Arena and our redevelopment of Belmont Park. But for the project to be as successful as we know it can be, we have to ensure that there are community benefits. I'm looking forward to all the great things that we can do together. Thank you.
Okay, so we just remember what the MTA is working on for Long Island. We got this project. We got East Side Access coming. Yeah. We have Third Track. Okay, and now the governor of the state of New York has made fixing Penn Station her #1 priority, major project going forward. She did that. People have been talking about it for years and years. In general terms, she said that's the next mega project that she wants to see funded. It was an important statement. It was a stick in the ground. And we have been blessed by having passionate supporters of mass transit in the Long Island delegation. I want to call on two of them, Senator Kaminsky and Senator Kaplan. All right. Senator Kaplan.
Thank you. I'm honored to stand here with all of you. And I want to first thank our Governor, Kathy Hochul, and the MTA leadership. I want to thank our Lieutenant Governor for joining us here today on this historic day in Elmont and Belmont UBS Arena. Also want to thank the Welpon family, John Ledecky, and all the labor. And of course, let's not forget all the fans who are here well represented. The new Elmont station is a critical investment in our community that will let Islanders fans take the train to the game and think that they're just coming and they're going to relax and have a great time and not deal with traffic and going out and driving out of here. And finally, giving the residents in the neighborhood a full-time stop on the Long Island Railroad main line has been something that this community has asked for many, many years. When fully completed, this new station will be a shining example of the great things that we can accomplish when we make investment in our infrastructure in Long Island and having a public and private partnerships. And it will be a testament to all the workers who showed up throughout the pandemic to get it done on time and to get it done on the budget. Thank you.
I have a very vivid memory of my first Islanders game with my dad in 1986, and there was a player out there who had no helmet on, who was hitting people and yelling very much. His name was Clark Gillies, and I remember thinking he's doing the opposite of everything I'm taught in Little League. This is awesome. And I just took the train with Clark Gillies to the new Islanders Arena at Belmont. It's a pretty amazing experience. When we got started with all of this, I want to give a shout out to a special unsung hero who works for the state, whose job was to make sure that the community and the arena would be able to work together in concert for the best outcome, and that's Marion Phillips. It became very clear in the beginning that traffic was the #1 obstacle to doing this correctly. Anybody who's driven on the Cross Island at rush hour knows it's bad enough as it is, and not having a mass transportation option to a 21st, 22nd century arena was not going to fly. And so Senator Comrie, Senator Kaplan, Assemblywoman Szilagyi, our county executive, we all got together and said, if we're doing this with a new train station. And we were able to get it done, and it's critically important for our quality of life, for this wonderful neighborhood, for our environment, and to just make this a working project to have this new station today. And this is a real tremendous accomplishment, and it's going to complement a great project. I want to thank John Ledecky for his vision, absolutely, and Jeff Wilpon. When we all first sat together, this is something we envisioned, and it's a very rare thing in government to go from talking about something and having a vision to actually being there when it's done. John is a different type of owner. John knows the names of the fans that pass him by in the hallway. And even the fans here were surprised he knew their name. John knows my dad. And it takes a very special owner with a special heart to move this project forward and to take control of a great franchise to make it even greater. So it's a wonderful day. Let's keep going forward, and let's go Islanders.
All right.
Okay. We're blessed to have a partner in everything we've done with the Long Island Railroad in the office of the Nassau County Executive, and that is Laura Curran. Laura.
Thank you so much, Jeno. Thanks to the MTA. So it was really easy to support the UBS Belmont Arena. We used to just call it the Belmont Arena, but now it's the UBS Belmont Arena for three very simple reasons. Number one, $1.5 billion of private investment right here in Nassau County. And I do have to remind people, it is on this side of the border, it is in Nassau County. But Tim and John and Jeff and all of the partners know that this is the future. This is the place to invest. The jobs that are created, as Anthony Simon can tell you, the temporary jobs, the construction jobs, the permanent jobs, the excitement, the ongoing economic engine that this will be. That's reason number one. Reason number two is it keeps our beloved Islanders right here where they belong on Long Island. And for those of us who bleed orange and yellow, it's really exciting. I'm so much looking forward to Saturday. I think our team needs to be on home ice, just saying. And the third reason is we get our first new train station for the Long Island Railroad in 50 years. This is a really big deal. We're doing everything we can to encourage people to take public transportation, to get off the roads. It's good for the environment, it's good for the infrastructure, it's just good for your peace of mind. So these three reasons are why this was such an easy project to support. And you know, this has been said before, on time, on budget, pretty cooperative. This is how government can work. And I think amid all of the frustrations, it should give all of us a reason for optimism and a reason to stay engaged. So God bless, and I can't wait for Saturday. Thank you so much.
Newsflash, the state of New York has a bicameral legislature, and we've got great assembly members, Assemblywoman Solange and Assemblymember Clyde Vinnell.
Well, everyone, welcome to Elmont. Yeah. Right? Welcome to Elmont. As a lifelong native of Elmont, it's just exciting to be able to turn around and look at a Long Island Railroad station with our community's name on it. And this really is a testament from the ground up approach. Governor Hochul, Lieutenant Governor Benjamin, it's a pleasure to have you in our community. The Woolpons, Ledecky, Islanders, it's a pleasure to collaborate with you to ensure that the community is benefiting from this project. We heard about all the great things that is gonna happen when this arena opens. But at the end of the day, there are members of the community who live here, and they have really testified and spoken that they wanted a Long Island Railroad station. So we thank all the individuals for delivering on their promise. Thank you. It's exciting. And for all the good reasons that we heard. But you know, just today, you know, we took the inaugural trip over here. I had someone drop me off so that I could take the train and just jump in my car and leave, right? Smart. But the person who dropped me off looked at the station and said, wow, my property values are going to increase. It's true. You know, it's true. This community has been excited and waiting for economic opportunity. The Elmont community, the Queens community, we are begging to make sure that our communities are put forward, that we have the opportunity to have nice stores, shops, to be able to go to restaurants, a game, you know, concerts. And today we can say that's going to happen. So it's a new day in Elmont. It's very exciting to welcome the Elmont station. We thank all the partners for having this done. Thank you.
Now, I would be remiss if I don't say also welcome to a small slice of Queens. And John is originally from Queens, right? So, but first of all, but this is a great example of when government and private works, to see everything coming together. We are very excited about all the economic opportunities that we are having in Nassau County and in Queens. And it's great to have such partners to make sure for the economic opportunities and the community opportunities that are going forward. And we cannot wait until Saturday. My goodness, and I'm a season ticket holder. So I'm so excited. The community is excited. And then, you know, having this station here, this is something showing how logistics and how we're making sure that we work to make sure that the infrastructure in New York State is improved. We give a special shout out to the governor, the lieutenant governor, to making sure that we all work together on this, and this is a true community partnership. Thank you, everyone.
Unelected, but very high impact to Long Island, Rob Free, who runs the Long Island Railroad day to day.
All right. It's all on you now. One late train.
Thank you, Jano. Good morning, and thank you all for coming on this historic day as we open the new Elmont train station. I would like to thank all the dedicated employees and our labor partners here at the Long Island Railroad for making this day a reality. I would also like to thank our partners at MTA Construction and Development, construction contractor Judd Lowe, New York area partners, and all of our elected officials who have and continue to support us. It's truly remarkable that this incredible station was constructed in one of the busiest corridors on the Long Island Railroad in terms of both train service and construction activity. In this 11-mile stretch of track, we operate approximately 259 trains daily, in addition to a massive amount of work taking place, which includes Elmont Station construction, Queens Interlock and Switch work, and the Long Island Railroad expansion project. The collaboration and coordination that has taken place to progress these projects is something to be extremely proud of and emulate. Now, you might be asking yourself, how do I get to this incredible arena? There's one easy answer. Take the Long Island Railroad. To enhance fans' experience when attending events at UBS Arena, we are providing multiple train service options. Extra trains will be added between Belmont Park and Jamaica stations, added stops to mainline trains at Queens Village Station, and eastbound Hempstead branch trains will have added stops at the New Elmont train station. More detailed information on these service options can be found on the MTA website, mta.info. We also remind customers to check the Long Island Railroad Train Time app for the latest real-time service and loading information before and during travels. Again, thank you all for your support.
Okay, so now we actually need to hear from all those private sector people we've been talking about, represented by John Ledecky.
Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here celebrating another milestone moment on our journey to the UBS Belmont Arena. On behalf of Islanders ownership, particularly Scott Malkin and Dewey Shea, I want to thank our great partners, Tim Lywicki, Jeff Wilpon, and Richard Brown. I'd like to thank our friends at the MTA Long Island Railroad, Empire State Development, all the local elected officials here today, and of course Governor Hochul and Lieutenant Governor Benjamin, who I'm so excited to have in your position. We couldn't have gotten here without any of you, and we thank you so much. So we've got a lot of history of the New York Islanders, and two of the great historians, if you will, who brought us 4 cups in a row are here today. Clark Gillies and John Tonelli, please take a bow. Let the crowd see you. Their numbers are going to hang in the rafters of our new building, and I know they're so excited to see that happen on Saturday, and we're so excited that you're here. It was back in July of 2019 when the construction of the station was first announced. At the time, we said, next stop, Belmont. Well, we're finally here. We can actually say on the trains, next stop, Belmont, and the train is literally pulled into the station. We can't be more pleased. This is a great day not only for the Islander fans and our organization, but a wonderful day for New Yorkers and Long Islanders alike. It's been nearly half a century, as we've heard, since the last train station was built. But this new station will provide an essential transportation option for hockey and music fans. Here it comes, right on time. As has been said, we want fans to take the most sustainable way to come to a game. It's fast, it's efficient, it's effective. It's 30 minutes from Penn Station, direct to the station here. We're so excited about the future of transportation, and everyone in Washington, everyone in New York State is talking about climate and the need for climate change. This is example number 1 on a local level. We're excited about all the jobs that have been created. We're excited about what's going to happen this week. It's going to be a great week. Most importantly, UBS Arena stands as a symbol of excellence and a beacon of strength in the greater Metro New York region. We look forward to welcoming all of you to a game, to a concert, to an event, and we look forward to working with the Elmont community. We're happy that it's in Nassau County. We're happy that it's in Queens. We're happy that all the elected officials are here. And I love the notion that the station does say Elmont, Assemblywoman. That is so important to all of us. So, let's go Islanders. Let's go UBS Arena. Let's go LIRR. Let's go Elmont Station. Where's Sparky? Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. We're going to cut a ribbon, but we want to give the folks in the press a chance to ask questions. Right, Tim?
Yeah, let's start with Jennifer. Where are you, Jennifer? Thank you.
We were just hearing from some members of the disabled community. Obviously, everyone's thrilled with the station. Concerns about maybe getting to the arena in terms of getting off the train, and then those who normally would be next to the UBS arena are going to be in the Emerald lot. How will the tram shuttle them over there?
I'm the MTA guy, so I deliver people to the station. I'm going to ask somebody who's more involved with come on up to answer the questions technically about how the shuttle will work.
My name's Hank Abate. I'm the president of operations for UBS Arena. The trams will actually come right to this point here to pick up anyone that's disabled and bring them right down to the door of the UBS Arena. And there'll be 8 of them running constantly.
Thanks. Okay, others.
Hey Z, over there.
Hi, just curious, because I think that this train only runs eastbound. Can you explain to people who might want to take the train to the games how they're going to get back west?
Come on, Rob.
Well, in addition to eastbound Hempstead train stopping at the Elmont station, we'll be also adding stops to Queens Village station. So via the shuttle bus, you can take it to here, the Elmont station, to go east, or you can take it to Queens Village to go west to Jamaica for an eastbound train. In addition to that, you could also go to the Belmont Park station. We'll have extra trains out of there to take to Jamaica to head east as well. So there's several options that you could take.
And westbound opens next summer?
Yes. We'll be ready for next season.
I'm standing by for a question that I can answer. Anybody, any day now.
You know I'm good for it, Jana. Expanding on just that last question, how soon do we get a full-time service here, and what's in the way of that happening?
All right, Rob, you're going to have to take that one too. Cause, what's happening is that we're moving to here's what we have to look forward to. When third track opens, we have an incredible growth in capacity on the main line in general, and we have reverse commuting capacity. We've never had that before. Talk about things that are transformational for Long Island. We're looking at a new era where all of a sudden Long Island businesses can attract talent from all over the region. Before, because of the limitations of the railroad, you couldn't get people out here. Then we're adding east side access, so you're going to have more connections to different places in Midtown. So there's a tremendous growth of service and also flexibility of service. But Rob, is there anything you want to add about how we're going to add connections to this location?
Well, I'll try to build on that thorough answer, Jano. Yeah. Once it's fully operational, the station, and we mentioned the Queens Interlock and Switch project work as well, that's going to give you Hempstead trains able to platform at the westbound, the north side platform as well. So once third track, as Jano had mentioned, it'll give you full functionality of this station. So you can go east, west, anywhere you want to go, and on most branches as well.
All right, how about Steve Burns down there?
Thank you. Just looking to get more of a general overview of what all the options are for riders coming into the arena. I'm looking at this board here. There's a lot happening. Logistics seem a little confusing. So I'm guessing most folks coming to an Islanders game are coming from Nassau or Suffolk County. Coming in, what are their options? Leaving, what are their options?
All right. As we mentioned previously, there'll be a shuttle bus here. So when you can take an eastbound Hempstead train, right? So you can take a westbound train to either Jamaica, or you can get off here at Queens Village coming from the locations that you had mentioned. So you get off at Queens Village Station, you get on a shuttle bus, which takes you to the arena. For Hempstead branch trains, you can come from Jamaica, get off here, right? Or you can go to Jamaica and take a train to Belmont Park, which service will be provided to Belmont Park, both east and west out of there.
Are you worried all those added hurdles of figuring out the station, getting on a shuttle bus, there are still a lot of hoops to jump through, or are folks just going to look at that and say, hey, I'm just going to drive?
No, I think there's so many options that it'll make it really, workable for them, and they'll find the best way that works for them. It's all on to the individual. I mean, you go to the MTA website, as we had mentioned, and it explains these details in much greater detail, rather.
You can also go to the ubsarena.com site/parking, and that'll give you all of the information you need to know in terms of what station to get off at, and have all the shuttle information as well.
I think to your point of driving, I think once someone even attempts that and they see what the traffic will be like, they'll want to come to the Long Island Railroad and ride us.
Is there any additional, this might be a question for the arena personnel, in terms of the added parking here, what kind of parking situation and traffic situation are folks going to encounter if they do drive?
Well, I can't speak for the traffic situation. We have experts here that can, but I will tell you that all of the lots will be fully staffed and ready to go. As you saw coming in here, for instance, the Emerald lot, there's a really wide area for all of the cars to pull into, and it was designed that way to prevent any backup on the Cross Island Expressway. We're very confident that we have a very good parking company, we have a lot of personnel, and we're very confident that we'll get the cars in safely, and more importantly, we'll get them out quickly.
All right, Jano,
Yeah,
sorry,
go ahead.
couple more. West Coast, then East Coast, but you had something to say.
I just want to bring it back. Remember what we did here. Everybody wanted the Islanders to be playing here this season. So this project, the UBS Arena project, was accelerated. Everybody wanted to make sure that when this arena opened, there were serious mass transit options. We're delivering those today. The mechanics are going to continue to evolve, and there will be more mass transit options as we complete all of the elements of the Long Island Railroad modernization. But those amazing goals were achieved, and there are a lot of people here, but all of them played a role in that objective. Tim.
Closing with two journalism legends. Randy Marshall, Thursday is first.
My question is sort of related, but you guys have talked a lot about public-private partnerships. Is there any effort to continue that to the point where you'll incentivize taking the train, either with a discount to a concert or, I don't know, some kind of an extra perk or something like that? How will you publicize and incentivize the effort to take the train to not only the games but other events here?
Well, obviously, we're going to work with the Islanders and the arena on that. I think that is very much on the table, Randy. But the bigger incentive is we have all off-peak fares, so there's a major break in the price. We're also looking at new fare options to bring people to mass transit. It's one of Governor Hochul's goals. You saw her put off any fare hike on the MTA yesterday. She announced that she wanted to do that. And we're looking at new options for creating economic incentives for people to come on mass transit. Let's not forget, like 90+% of New York travelers are taking mass transit. So we need to focus on them, make sure they have the fastest, most convenient, and most affordable travel that we can. That's the way we put the economy back together again.
And closing it out with the Marcia Prince.
All right.
And believe it or not, I actually have a question that only you can answer.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm here for you, Jenna.
Stuck. Yeah, I'm stuck now.
I want to talk to you about congestion pricing.
Sure.
And the question that everybody's asking is this. Why, given the fact that you have so much money coming in from the federal government, from the infrastructure deal and the transit deal, do you need to do congestion pricing? And if you make the argument that you do, why does it have to be so much? Why can't you reduce it in order to get more people to come in and go back to work?
Listen, you heard, Marcia, you heard the Lieutenant Governor's comments. Climate change. New York is the model of fighting climate change. We're pretty dense, and we disproportionately use mass transit. We need to be a model of climate change, not just for the world, but for ourselves. We need air quality to be good so kids don't get asthma. We need emergency vehicles to be able to move around in Manhattan, and they can't now. We need accessorized vehicles to be able to move around in Manhattan, and they can't now. We need buses, which are mass transit, to be able to move around in Manhattan, and they can't now. This is for us as much as it is for money for the MTA and also for the global fight against climate change. We are a piece of that bigger picture, but we're doing congestion pricing because it's the right thing for New York right now. The governor's been a great leader in helping us to move the process forward. But let it be clear, we're still in the process. We are in the middle of hearing from the world about what they think about this, including people who live in the Nassau County suburbs. And the decisions that you're referencing about what are the prices and the exemptions and the discounts are still to be made after we finish hearing from people with those extensive outreach efforts.
But you see, there's two questions that come out of what you said. First
Right.
of all, a lot of the people who've testified, because I've had the ability to have to listen to these hearings ad nauseam.
The ability,
and they raise issues about the fact that it can cause congestion and air pollution and things in neighborhoods that you may not want to do it. So the question is, what are you doing about that? But secondly, if you've been banding about the possibility of a congestion pricing fee of between $23 and $35 to a lot of people, I know you're going to say it'll keep them out of the city, but it could also keep them out of coming to work. And the question is, do you need to do that? You could still do congestion pricing, but why do you have to charge so much?
Marcia, you have to look at the numbers. A very small percentage of people, of New Yorkers, actually drive to work in the Manhattan Central Business District, and it's disproportionately people who are better off. So we just got to deal with the reality that most New Yorkers are taking mass transit, and the money that this will generate will benefit them. And that's number one. Number two is that is the impacts of having a congestion pricing system to parking and to congestion outside the central business district is precisely what's being studied through this extensive federally required environmental review process. Once we get the results of all that analysis and modeling, there will be plans for how do you deal with if there are any impacts, and we're ready to do that. I think that making it possible for everybody to move around and do business in Manhattan is a great idea as we move out of the pandemic back into full economic activity.
All right,
so
thanks
thank you to
everybody. We're gonna do a ribbon cutting now right here. The press can stay where you are.
All right.
Stay where you are, because
Come on
we're
in.
gonna move the podium and do it right here.
You want to do a countdown, channel? Everyone find an opening? Great. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
All right, Siraki, nice job. Nice job. Watch those three. I know. I don't know why they trust me.